Today I'm going to do a reboot on my John Lennon cassette collection. I did a video about a week ago, and for some reason it turned out real cloudy. It was just real a mess to look at, and I figured I may as well delete it and just start from scratch. So anybody who's seen that video, I apologize for the quality of that. I'm not sure what exactly happened. This is the first album that I have on cassette by John Lennon. This is, I believe, one of the early cassette reissues. It's on a white cassette. There's nothing on the inlay card. I also have this version, and a couple of the differences. This is a, I believe, a 90s re-release. You can see the apple here is green, and on this one the apple is white. And then on the back, this one has a barcode, and this one does not. That's what that cassette looks like. Still nothing on the inlay card. This is the Imagine album, and this is also, I believe, a re-release from either the 80s or the 90s. It's on a clear cassette tape, and this has actually got some information here by way of credits, and also other John Lennon albums and videos that you might want to order. And it's credited to the Flex Fiddler, John Lennon, the Plastic Ono Band, with the Flex Fiddlers. I'm not sure who the Flex Fiddlers are. If anybody happens to know, if you could leave a comment and enlighten me. This is the Mind Games album. Nothing on the inlay card. Walls and Bridges. And I believe you can tell when these were actually issued based on whether or not there's a barcode here. I think it was a barcode. It dates from the mid to late 80s, and if it doesn't have one like this, then I believe it's probably maybe, I don't know, late 70s, early 80s. This is a UK import of the John Lennon rock and roll album. And it's got a sticker here. And I've also got the Capitol version. And then John Lennon's first greatest hits compilation, Shaved Fish. This is on a clear cassette. Still nothing on the J card for that one. This is Double Fantasy. Now this one is on Geffen Records. Before Capitol took control of the rights for this album. And this is the Capitol cassette. And this has the song lyrics in it. Which is nice to have. So I believe that was probably a 1990s issue of that. This is the John Lennon collection, which has just about everything off the Double Fantasy album. And it's a really good compilation of his best solo stuff. I think the only song that is not on here from Double Fantasy is Cleanup Time. Everything else is represented on this one. because it is a Geffen release, so you can understand why. This is an import. I'm not sure what country this is from. It says Estéreo on here, so maybe somebody knows. And it's just got song credits here on the inlay card. And now moving to Polydor Records is a Milk and Honey album. And the thing I really like about this cassette is it actually comes with a separate booklet, which has got the back cover photograph, it's got song lyrics, and then kind of the little essay where Yoko talks about the inspiration with Elizabeth Barrett Browning and John Browning or whatever, sort of the whole, they thought that they were reincarnations of the two of those poets. And then the actual inlay card has just got a little information about the cassette, and that all words and music are by John Lennon and Yoko Ono. So I've never seen a cassette like that before, where it comes with a separate booklet that was not attached to the inlay card. This is Men Love Avenue, which are outtakes from the Walls and Bridges and Rock and Roll album. This was released in the mid-'80s. Andy Warhol did the cover for that one. And just some song credits there. This is the Live in New York City album, which is also available on CD and video, cassette, and vinyl, of course, but not on DVD. I'm not sure why they never released this on DVD. I don't know what Yoko has up her sleeve for that release. I know there were two shows. There was a afternoon show and an evening show. I'd love to have both those. I don't know if they were both filmed, but that would be great to have on one DVD at some point. Then the soundtrack for the 1980s John Lennon Imagine documentary. And this is on real thin paper here, so it tends to get all bunched up and crinkled if you're not very careful with it. And it has a lot of photographs which were part of the vinyl and are in the CD. And more on this side. And this is a great compilation because it has stuff from both John's career with the Beatles and then also his solo stuff. It's got an acoustic demo of Real Love, which was not the version that the Beatles recorded for the anthology product or anthology project. And it also has a rehearsal take of Imagine, and also A Day in the Life, the clean edit without the crossfade from Sgt. Pepper's Reprise. So this was a cool thing to own back in the day for those rarities alone. And then the last cassette that I've got is another John Lennon compilation, Lennon Legend. This replicates a lot of what was on the John Lennon collection without so much of the double fantasy material. And it's got some photographs. I don't think this one ever came out on vinyl. I've got it on CD, but I've not seen it on vinyl, so I think it was not. That is my John Lennon cassette collection, and I appreciate all your comments, and if you can enlighten me on some of the questions that I had about the collection, that'd be great. And hope you're all doing well and are staying safe and healthy, and thanks for watching.